Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So this is my first ever content video on this channel. My previous video was a welcoming, so if you'd want to just see what this channel is going to be about and the things that I'll be doing on this channel, please watch that. I'll link it down below. But for now, today I'm going to be doing this activity that I've seen on a few other YouTubers. I wouldn't say it's like the most trendy thing to do, but it's definitely something that I didn't create, and I've seen artists like Griff do it, and another artist called Blanks do it, and I'll also link their videos down below. And it's basically the make a song in an hour, write a song in an hour, produce a song in an hour kind of vibe. So today I'll mainly do the composing and the songwriting aspect of it. I also can produce, although I wouldn't lead with that. I wouldn't say that that's my the strongest aspect of my musicianship. So if you're interested in what will be a very poorly made but a very unique produce a song in an hour challenge, just put it down in the comments. But for today, I'll be making a song in an hour. So I have my phone here, and as you can see, well, maybe you can't, I don't know. It's really dark, so the contrast is like really off. But basically I have a timer set for 1 hour. So in 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. Um so oh, I have my keyboard down below here on my lap. So first I usually start by trying to get chords that I really like and just figuring out the vibe of the song. So okay, so usually I just play around in the beginning. Mm-mm. Okay, so that beginning portion is basically me just trying to like figure out, do the chords work? Is there a message there? Is there a melody that I can kind of just like sound out? So I kind of like it, but the thing is like, I think a thing that I try and figure out when I'm building a song is where when I'm kind of playing it out, which part of the song do I think this is gonna be? This doesn't give me verse vibes. Okay, so it's getting more interesting. Then I try and play around with the playing pattern. So I did this, which is like kind of a standard playing pattern. Like it's kind of the expected thing to do. So maybe we can spice it up and go like. And then it goes back into that like. Alright, so let me just see how much time I have left. 52 minutes. You know what? Not doing as bad as I thought. Actually, maybe could have even put 30 minutes on because I am cocky. No, I'm not. But I'm actually doing a lot better than I thought I would. So, now usually what I do is I didn't plan this ahead of time and I should have brought a pen, but actually, you know what? This is what happens. This is what happens in the real world. Alright, so I have just a paper, nothing special, just regular blank page. Um, and now, usually, this is the part where I start coming up with like lyrical ideas. And this is the part that I'm most kind of insecure about to share with people because I don't know, I feel like my creative process is not anything super special or super like, articulate and developed. I feel like I really taught myself, and I mean with the help of the internet, like I wouldn't know like I wouldn't know 75% of what I know if it wasn't for the internet and teaching myself piano on YouTube and all that. But um I just there's something that's just kind of weird about showing your own specific creative process because now everyone sees how good or how bad or how kind of efficient or lazy or whatever, I don't know, it's just weird like letting people know. So let me quickly grab a pen. Um oh, okay. So now I have a pen and I'll usually just like I'm just setting it to the side so if I look over at the side, and basically, yeah, I'm just gonna start writing. Um, oh, the sun setting is really nice. Anyway, so I'm thinking like, no. Yeah, how much time do I have left, by the way? 45 minutes. Okay, I'm doing well. I'm doing well. So, okay, so I think verse melody, I kind of have it down. So maybe like, so basically, you didn't want something to work out a certain way, but then it did. So you kind of just have to roll with it and you just have to, deal with what comes. So I'm thinking maybe something like, and let me just turn it down a bit so you can hear my voice. We're singing. Anyway, okay. Okay. I didn't wanna look into the sun, and now it's all gone. You never treated me what I deserved, and now it got worse. And never wanted it to end like this. It's twisted. It's twisted. Okay, so from what I got from that, like I got a line that was like, it's twisted. And whenever I get something like that, I'm like, oh, that's what the song's called. It's called Twisted or It's Twisted. But I kind of, there's certain songs where I lean towards maybe having longer titles, and then there's some songs where I just want to have like a one-word title. So for this one, I'm feeling more just like a one-word title, so I'm thinking Twisted. So Twisted, when I hear the word twisted, I think more of like having, just somebody kind of do something that was just kind of shady, and you just in your mind you're like, but why? Like, why did you have to go down that path? Why did you have to, take all these weird turns and these corners just to kind of get at me or to kind of prove your point when you could have just talked it out and done this civilly? Why did you have to take the long road and make sure that this person had to get hurt? That's what I think. So now I'm gonna start brainstorming verse ideas. So maybe this person, um, who like maybe they they wanted something from you, right? And they maybe they realized that you couldn't see something in yourself, so they saw it in you, and then you were like, oh wow, this person like genuinely likes me, even though I can't see what they would want from me. And you're like, oh, maybe they have like good intentions. And then later on, they pull out the knife and they're like and they stab you in the back. And I mean, this is very dramatic. Like, now that I'm saying it out loud, I'm like, wow, like people probably think I'm going through it, and I'm definitely not speaking from personal experience, but it's interesting to just kind of sometimes just make up scenarios and just try and see what you can come up with, and what different things you could do with music and creativity and your artistic brain. So maybe for verse ideas, what was the verse again? I really should record this, but I'm using my phone for lighting. Um, so I actually just want a simple arpeggio. So an arpeggio is basically when you have a chord, but you're oscillating between different notes. You're not kind of playing it as one thing. You're doing that. So I'm trying to just keep the arpeggio simple enough so that it doesn't kind of take too much energy up in the song, so that once you go into that chorus, you're like, wow, it has this kind of euphoric or just a bigger feel than the verses had in the song. So I'm thinking maybe. So basically, the first verse is post-traumatic experience. So you're reflecting on it now. So it's, I never saw it, killing your darlings, what is the allure in that? Basically saying like, I never understood the idea of like wanting to befriend someone just to kind of make things sour in the end. Like, why would you? It's basically you being like confused and being like, why would someone do that? And then, okay, so I just sing through things because it helps me kind of make sense of how the song is going. Because I've tried, in scenarios where maybe I couldn't be super loud, I've tried building songs without without singing it through as I'm playing, but those songs just never really turn out that great, because I think that if your songs aren't singable, they're not really songs. They're different things and they can still be great, but if people can't sing along, if there's not a melody that people can follow and be like, oh yeah, like I can do that with a human voice, it's not really something that can translate well, and it's difficult to convey emotions with songs like that. So, I mean, look, I don't think that when you're kind of laying down the idea, I don't think that you need to like, lay down these super amazing vocals. I don't think you need to have amazing piano playing. I think just as long as you sketch out the idea of the song and you basically build the skeleton of the song, I think that's all you really need. I think that once you start taking the song to other people, and maybe if you have collaborators, and if you have a producer, or a vocal producer or vocal coach, or a writer that you like writing with, um then sure, you can those people can help refine the idea for you. And if you have extra time, just because I only currently have 28 minutes left, which is not terrible, not the worst, but because I'm under such a you know condensed time period, I don't have the time to really like make sure that every note is like on pitch and that I'm singing with a certain placement and all that. But I think when you're just building a song, it's just about having fun and not really thinking too much about it, and just kind of being in that zone, and just really just like opening the creative floodgates, and just letting the water rush in, and just seeing which ideas come through, and you're just kind of picking the best ones quickly as they flow by. Um, so so the whole point of this challenge is to create a verse and a chorus. So technically, with 28 minutes left, I only need to do the chorus, and then we'll see how much time I have left. Whew. Gonna sing the song in 3, 2, 1. Thought that I was strong, you made me feel small. You benefit of my abuse. Made me feel weak, you took up my knees, and what else was left to do? Thought that I was wrong, you made me feel small. Made me feel weak, yeah, took up my knees, yeah. That was so twisted. That was so twisted. That was so twisted. Alright, so this is the first time I've done something like this while recorded. It's definitely a different experience doing this alone and doing this, with a time pressure element, and doing this knowing that there's like a camera right there in my face. It's a bit different, guys. So go easy on me. It's my first time. It's technically my first video. It's my first kind of content video. And please subscribe, like, share, and below I have my socials. I have my TikTok and my Instagram. I started these accounts less than 10 days ago, so I'm still growing it. I'm still new to the whole Instagram, TikTok thing, even though I'm technically like Gen Z and I should know all these things. But yeah, if there are any suggestions that you have, if there's any feedback that you have, I would love to hear it. I have my email down below in case you want to contact me via email. That's completely cool too. And yeah, I'll see you next video. Bye, guys. Awkward endings.